Hello guys, and welcome back to this 5-part series where I'm looking at some players that will feature in FIFA 13 and discuss the ratings I think they should have. So in the last episode we did Ronaldo and Neymar, and in this episode we're going to do Messi and El Shaarawy. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but regardless, we're going to start off with Lionel Messi. Now if you're new to this series and you missed part 1, you can click an annotation in the top left, and in the bottom right you can see annotation to the next episode where you can see the players that will feature in that episode. So if you haven't already watched episode 1, I suggest you go back. In this series we look at 5 key stats from each player. We give a little bit of facts about each player as well, and we talk about why I'd give them certain overall ratings and whatever. So with Messi, I think it's quite obvious which stats we're going to look at. So the first one we've got is ball control. I've given him 96 out of 100. I think Lionel Messi has the best ball control in the world. I mean that absolutely from the bottom of my heart. I've watched him play countless of times for Barcelona. He has the best control with the ball. It literally just, it's glued to his feet. He doesn't lose it. And the amount of goals he scored where he's dribbled past multiple players is just absolutely unreal. So that is why I've given him 96 out of 100. What do you think about that? I don't think anyone else could top that. Then moving downwards, you can see I've given him 97 out of dribbling, and dribbling is the second stat I want to talk about. That kind of ties in with ball control, and that's why I've tied in those stats together. I think 97 out of 100 is absolutely right. You guys can argue that he maybe should have less, but I think he's got pretty much the best dribbling ability in the world as well. When he's on the ball, again this ties in with ball control, he rarely loses the ball. He dribbles past players like they're not even there. The ball is glued to his feet the whole time, and I think he is the best in the world in terms of keeping that ball there next to his feet when he needs it most. And sometimes, you know what, he can knock it past players and just sprint around them, and that's why I'm going to talk about his acceleration next. So I've given him 94 out of 100. Lionel Messi has one of the biggest bursts of speed in the game, I would say. From 0 to, let's say, his top speed, his acceleration is incredibly fast. He will get to his top speed quicker than most players would get to their top speed, really because he's quite a short player. He's only 5'7", as you can see in the player info window on the right. And that's why I've given him 94. I want to talk about sprint speed really quick. This is going to be my 4th stat. This is a key stat to Messi. In the previous game in FIFA 12, he had a much higher sprint speed. I think this is wrong. I don't think Messi is one of the, well, he's still quick, don't get me wrong, he's very quick, but he's not one of the fastest players in the world at full speed. So I think his sprint speed should come down just that a little bit. I think it'll make him less overpowered in this game, and I think really his sprint speed it should be around 89, maybe 90 at most. Because when he's at top speed, it's not as quick as some other players, but his acceleration is definitely up there. Now the last stat I want to talk about is his short pass ability. You see Barcelona constantly knocking the ball around the edge of the box and constantly looking for a little pass they can slide into the box, and a player would just slot the goal in. That's how they score most of those goals. Most of the time it's Messi scoring it, but I want to talk about his short passing and the amount of passes he makes, where he literally finds a millimetre of space between someone's legs, knocks the ball through it onto a player, maybe like Iniesta or Xavi, and they just pop it in the goal. I think his short passing is absolutely incredible. Lionel Messi should be a 95 overall as well as Ronaldo. If you missed episode 1, I did Ronaldo and Neymar. You can go and see the ratings. I've given both of those. I did give Ronaldo a 95. I think Messi should be the same. I think they're relatively on par with each other. Maybe not in real life, but definitely in the game they should be exactly the same overpoweredness, if you know what I mean. I don't think either one's better than the other. I think in real life Messi is technically the better footballer, but I think Ronaldo is more of a complete athlete. He's the ultimate machine. So let's talk a little bit about Messi and some of the facts of his career so far and why he is one of the best players in the world. Okay, so Lionel Messi, arguably the best player in the world along with Ronaldo. Some say he's just that little bit better than Ronaldo, some say he's not. He has scored an incredible 253 goals in only 329 games for Barcelona, and that is the only club he's played for. Messi is officially the richest footballer in history and is said to have earned an estimated $110 million in his career already. That's more than Beckham and Ronaldo, and he's only 22. He won both the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year while he was 22, and he won it again in 2010 and 2011. He has also won the 2010/11 UEFA Best Player in Europe award. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Stefan El Shaarawy. Really difficult name to pronounce that, and it looks really crazy with all those A's and R's. If you look at his AC Milan shirt, the R's and the A's look very similar, so it looks like El Shaarawy. He's a very young guy. He's only 18 this year. He's 5'10" from Italy. He plays in the attacking roles. He's right-footed, and in the previous game, and I think he should in this next game, and this is the first stat I'm going to talk about, is his weak foot 5-star and his skill moves 5-star. I think he should be up there with all the other players that have 5-star skill moves. He can do some pretty leery skills, and I've seen him do them on the pitch. Weak foot wise, he's very both footed. He can use his left, he can use his right. He does dominate with his right more, but those I think are the correct stats. I'm going to combine those two as one stat. The next thing I want to talk about is dribbling. I've given him 90 out of 100. Shaarawy on the ball is very, very skilled. He's very much like Neymar, and I reviewed Neymar in the last episode, so if you missed that, you need to go there. But dribbling wise, I think Shaarawy is very, very, very capable of doing what Messi does. I think in a few years we're going to be seeing Shaarawy doing what Messi does now, just bombing past people like they're not even there, not a care in the world. Next thing I want to talk about is agility, 84 out of 100. Now, he's 18 years old, he's very, very young, very agile, and that's what agility is how agile you are. He can turn on a sixpence, and that is what the old saying goes. He can literally turn in a split second and run in a different direction. Now, I don't think he should be 90 or more in agility. I think he's still got some room for improvement, and I think 84 is about right. The next rating I will talk about is his overall stat, right at the top there. I've given him 83 overall. He's only 75 overall in FIFA 12. I think there is a massive boost that he needs. I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be in real life. I don't think he should be, known as one of the best teenagers in the world, because he's not at the moment. He's got a lot of improvements to make. But I think definitely he should be around the 82-83 mark in FIFA 13, and that is my opinion. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is his vision. I've given him 75. Now, the reason I've only given him 75, which is quite a low number for someone who's got so much encouragement for the future, he is quite a selfish player. And unfortunately, he doesn't pass it when he should, and I think that comes down to having poor vision and poor intelligence and poor maturity. He hasn't played enough, he hasn't got enough experience, so I think his vision should be a little bit under 80. And we are going to talk about one more stats right now, and that is his crossing. I think it's a big part of his game. You see him bombing down the wings quite a lot and cutting inside and crossing it in with his left foot or right foot, and I think that's why 82 is about right. But that is going to wrap up this video. We're going to talk a little bit about Shaarawy first and his career so far. And then don't forget at the end of the video, you can click down in the bottom right to go to the next episode. So let's talk about his career so far. Now, he plays as a forward for AC Milan, and he is he's in the under-21s national team for Italy. He made his debut for Genoa at 16 years old, making him the 4th youngest player in history of the league. So far in his career, he has played 56 matches and he has scored 13 goals. But really, he's known for his leery skills, his pace down the wings. He's regarded as one of the brightest players for the near future.